A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In the early hours of Thursday morning, the House of Representatives took a significant step toward advancing President Donald Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill, overcoming internal party divisions that have plagued the Republicans for years. The bill, which aims to reshape the nation's fiscal landscape, was passed in a narrow 219 to 213 vote, setting the stage for a final yes or no vote expected later in the morning. This procedural victory comes after intense negotiations and closed-door meetings between lawmakers in the White House, demonstrating the high stakes involved in this pivotal legislation. Speaker of the House Mike Johnson expressed optimism about the bill's prospects, stating that the discussions had been productive and that President Trump had been actively involved in persuading holdouts to support the measure. Johnson praised Trump's engagement, saying, "There couldn't be a more engaged and involved president." The bill is seen as a cornerstone of Trump's domestic agenda, featuring tax cuts, immigration enforcement, and significant changes to healthcare funding. However, the legislation has drawn sharp criticism from Democrats, who argue that it disproportionately benefits the wealthy while cutting essential services relied upon by lower and middle-income Americans. The nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office has estimated that nearly 12 million individuals could lose their health insurance under the proposed changes, prompting concerns from within the Republican Party as well. As the debate unfolded, Democratic Representative Jim McGovern labeled the bill as catastrophic, asserting that it is not a matter of policy but rather one of punishment for the most vulnerable populations. The bill's hefty price tag, projected to add $3.4 trillion to the national debt over the next decade, has raised alarms about fiscal responsibility among both parties. Republicans, who currently hold a slim majority in the House, can afford no more than 3 defections for the bill to pass. This precarious situation has forced party leaders to engage in last-minute negotiations to secure the necessary votes. The Senate had previously passed a version of the bill by the narrowest of margins, with Vice President Vance casting the tie-breaking vote amid intense debate over its implications. The bill includes provisions to extend Trump's 2017 tax cuts and implement cuts to Medicaid and food safety net programs. Additionally, it proposes a $5 trillion increase in the nation's debt ceiling, a critical issue that lawmakers will need to address in the coming months to avoid a potential default. The Medicaid cuts, in particular, have raised alarms among some Republicans, prompting discussions to allocate more funds for rural hospitals in an effort to mitigate the impact of the proposed changes. As the early morning hours ticked away, reports indicated that some Republican lawmakers were still undecided, with Speaker Johnson stating that he believed he had the votes needed to pass the bill. However, the situation remained fluid, with several members absent and others still weighing their options. In a dramatic turn of events, 4 Republican members broke ranks and voted against advancing Trump's Big Beautiful Bill, complicating the path forward for party leaders. With the clock ticking and the final vote looming, Johnson and his team are under pressure to sway dissenting members back to support the bill. As the political drama unfolds, the implications of this legislation could have far-reaching effects on American society, particularly for those who rely on social safety nets. With the final vote expected shortly, all eyes remain on the House as lawmakers prepare to make a decision that could reshape the nation's fiscal future. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.